Hi there, it's Naoto. It's been a while since I posted a video last time. Frankly, I was quite busy for some reasons. The one which is this. I got married. I'm glad to be with my wife and we together started a new chapter of our life. We got married about 1 month ago by submitting the registration of marriage. Meanwhile, there had been several procedures we should follow before that. To be blunt, sometimes it was not easy, rather a hassle to follow them. And these procedures are exactly what I want to talk about today. On top of that, we all have been troubled by COVID-19. In response, the way to get married in Japan is changing for good or bad. Given all that, today I'd like to give you an overview of Japanese marriage, including its tradition as well as recent trends. If you want to get married, theoretically, you just have to submit a registration together with your partner. Meanwhile, there are many things you have to do before getting married. For making sure, I want to give you a heads up that there's no absolutely defined process in Japanese marriage. 10 people, 10 colors. Firstly comes what we call proposal, which is proposal in English. In the past, it was a custom that a man proposed to a woman. But in recent years, women also propose to men, though it's not quite common yet in Japan, I think. And when it comes to engagement ring, it was quite common that men prepared the ring in advance of the proposal and show it to women at the moment of asking to marry. The people of my parents' generation tend to say the engagement ring should be about 3 times of men's salary, though it's not so effective today. If the marriage offer was accepted, that would be absolutely fantastic. Now you go to the next step, which is so to say the first hurdle after the proposal. That is greeting to parents. This greeting is obviously important because the parents may disagree to your marriage in the worst case. You should greet parents of both by visiting house in the politest way you can do. Normally, the greeting to women's parents will be done at first, but now we are living in unprecedented years ever amid COVID-19. We are forced to stay away from moving prefectures' borders under the state of emergency in particular. In fact, me and wife's parents are living in distant prefectures, namely Tokyo and Kumamoto prefecture. That's why we decided to stay away from visiting house. Instead, we used Zoom call for greetings. After finishing greetings, here comes the next step, which we call Yuino. Yuino is a kind of traditional ceremony attended by both families, exchanging money and ceremonial goods as a token of the newly built connection of families. The origin of Yuino goes back to Heian period, more than 1,000 years ago. But in recent years, the most of us don't do Yuino. Instead, people just hold dinner meeting or lunch meeting, so everyone gets to know each other, while Yuino requires much more time, money, and efforts. Now let's talk about what Yuino actually is. Before doing Yuino, you have to prepare several ceremonial goods, which will be the token of the connection of families. The lineup of goods actually differs from place to place, which makes it so complex to arrange Yuino. But if we dare to sum up, the lineup of goods can be categorized into 2 types, that is the East type and the West type. Here is an example of the lineup when it comes to the East type. In this case, you have to prepare 9 goods, including money to dedicate. The number of goods is 9, 7, or 5, blah blah blah. That's an odd number. Behind it, there is a perspective of onmyodo, Japanese yin-yang philosophy. According to onmyodo, odd numbers are considered to be lucky, whereas even numbers are ominous. Anyway, there's a variety of goods. Let's see some examples. Mokuroku. Mokuroku is a kind of delivery statement which indicates what are prepared for the occasion of Yuino. Suehiro. Suehiro is white fan. Suehiro is dedicated with a wish for long-lasting happiness. In this way, the goods for Yuino is chosen with wishes for happiness. But it may sound strange sometimes, like this. Kombu. Kombu is Yeah, kombu, a kind of seaweed. We eat kombu, we put kombu into miso soup, but I doubt if people are happy to receive kombu, though it also has a wish for happiness. The intention is like this. Kombu is prolific, so with dedication of kombu, I wish you be blessed with many children. The ceremonial goods are dedicated with wish like that. In addition, don't forget to prepare Yuino money, which is called Yuino kin, which is said to be 1,000,000 yen in average. The husband's family dedicates Yuino kin to wife's family, and after that, wife's family returns some portion of it. This is, so to say, returning Yuino money, returning Yuino kin. Well, it depends on place and generation what kind of Yuino is desirable, which I find complicated, but that's a tradition. And now an annoying discussion begins. The discussion is whether you do Yuino or just dinner meeting. It's not up to you, it also depends on your parents. All in all, there's dreadfully ambiguous conventional wisdoms. It's sometimes hard to reach a consensus on the ground that everyone has different answer. Just for the record, we didn't do the complete type of Yuino, but we wind up with doing a simplified version of it. After finishing Yuino, normally you do 3 things. First of all, you decide the date to submit the registration of marriage. But many people tend to choose the date so carefully. That's because of their life plan, but on the other hand, there's a perspective of Rokuyo. There are lucky days and unlucky days. Taian is the luckiest day, for example. For more information, my previous episode helps you to understand. Well, and second of all, you prepare for the wedding ceremony. It strikes me very weird, but many people are willing to hold the ceremony at churches, even though they don't believe in Christianity. Well, there are said to be 4 types of wedding ceremonies: the way of Christianity, Shintoism, Buddhism, and others. In recent years, there's one thing in common. That is exchanging marriage rings. Basically, this has nothing to do with Shintoism as well as Buddhism. But times are changing. And that's why many people buy marriage rings over the course of preparation for weddings, because they will exchange the rings. However, it's the era of pandemic. Many people postpone the wedding considering the risk of the virus, and sadly, so do we. Our wedding is yet to come. Well, finally, third of all, you submit your registration on the day you have decided. This is called Nyuseki, and the day you have decided is called Nyuseki-bi. In order to fulfill the formula, you need to have both of your signature and somebody else's signature as witness. You can ask your best friend to write signature and push hanko. So now you got married at last. These are the process to follow to get married in Japan. Thanks for watching and see you next time.